yun, gagawa naman ulit ng kabalastugan, katamaran. Okay, sir?
Opo, Your Honor.
Criminal case.
Criminal case, sir. Yes, sir. The initial
Now we're
lang,
talking.
initial lang po ang ating administrative
Kaya
case
nga
and
pag nag-report
going
ka
to-
kasi sa publiko, maging transparent ka at ipakita mo na seryoso itong ginagawa niyong pag-iimbestiga at seryoso kayo na meron talagang dapat panagutin. Yun yung point ko. Kasi sabi mo, admin, tumindig yung balahibo ko, yung buhok ko eh. Diba? Parang meron kayong ginagawang cover up dito. Sige, continue po, sir.
That would be all, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so the Marina or PCG would like to make a presentation. Let's start with the Marina.
Good
Marika.
morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Unang-una po, nakikiramay kami sa mga pamilya ng biktima ng ating unfortunate tragedy. So, allow us to briefly present lang po what we have done after the incident. And later, if we may be allowed also to briefly show lang the initial findings from the investigation. So immediately, next please, after the incident, what happened to the slides? We suspended, of course, the CPC of all ships of Allison Shipping. Actually, they have a total of 30.
Ilan po?
Sorry. A total of 38, however, the operational vessels are 24. All others are in dry dock or under repair. So the suspension covers even the cargo vessel, so passenger and cargo po. And then we also sent immediately safety investigation team to determine the cause of the accident. We also sent a team for the what we call.
Can I interrupt, ma'am?
Yes.
You did not mention kung ilang araw ba yan, ilang linggo, ilang buwan, ilang taon suspendido yung...
Wala po kaming nilagay na period because it will depend on the result of all the investigation, inspection, and audit.
Good.
As of now po, they are still not operating.
Baka naman next month, pag may nabalita ako next month, may nag-ooperate ng shipping line ng barko ng Allison, tatamaan po kayo sa amin.
Findings po indicate that it's not possible to lift the suspension immediately. And depending on the final result of all the investigations.
Go ahead po, proceed, ma'am.
So we have also the safety compliance inspection, meaning while they are grounded, a thorough inspection of the ships, the entire fleet of the Allison. We also issue the 90-day preventive suspension of the Seaman's Book to the ship officers and crew of MV Tricia Christian 3. Next, please. We also relieve the regional director, relieved from duty, the regional director of Region 9, including all 7 technical personnel who conduct surveys, audit, and inspection.
What did you do with the 7 personnel?
Initially po, relieved from duty, but now after the initial report,
And who are these personnel? What are their title or position?
the regional director who signs certificates and documents, and all 7 technical personnel, meaning they conduct survey of ships, inspection of ships, and audit, safety audits.
Bakit relieve lang?
Initial,
Ba't hindi si Bak?
initial pa lang, sir. And then after the investigation, as announced by the secretary, meron na pong preventive suspension, and then the case will proceed for administrative process.
Administrative and criminal case. Tama.
Should there be evidence, then Marina may recommend the criminal side
Are
po
you
of
done po?
the case.
Okay, meron pa kayo sabihin?
Well, continuing po ang aming inspection of the ships, and after that,
Of the ships,
not only Allison po.
Allison.
I also issued a directive prioritizing all those operating in the region 9. And then I went there January.
Ma'am, tama ng papogi ah. Pumunta ako ng Batangas port the other day. Sumampa ako sa 3 barko at lahat ng 3 barko tad ng violations. Nasaan kayo? Halimbawa, yung Montenegro. 50 years, isang barko ng Montenegro, 52 years old na. At pinapayagan niyo pa rin maglayag. Namumonitor niyo ba yung age ng mga vessels?
Meron pong
O
record.
bakit itong sa Montenegro na pinuntahan ko at 52 years na ang edad?
Admittedly, sir, wala pa pong retirement policy si
Wala.
Marina. So we have
Holy Jesus, so kahit 100 years hindi niyo pag-retire pa rin?
inaaral pa po namin ngayon. Pero
Pinaaral pa rin?
we
Alam mo kung gaano ka-stupido, sorry for the word, napaka-stupido nyo dyan sa Marina. Example ko na lang, gigil na ako sa inyo eh. Yung sa insurance. Sa inyo, policy nyo is 200,000 pag may namatay sa barko, nalunod. Sa LTFRB, 400,000. Pag may nadisgrasya sa lupa, na aksidente, 400,000 agad. Sa inyo, 200,000 lang. Tapos meron pa kayong tinatawag na no-fault policy. Na ibig sabihin, pag walang negligence, sa pag-imbestiga nyo, walang negligence yung pagkalubog ng barko, walang babayaran ng insurance. Paano kung halimbawa yung barko ay nalunod dahil napakalakas ng alon at walang kasalanan yung kapitan at mga crew? So sorry na lang dun kung namatay yung mga pasahero. Policy niya yan, napaka-stupid yung policy. You have to change that. Yung no-fault policy.
Mr. Chair, if I may. I am not aware of the no-fault policy, but the insurance requirement is and in time of any accident that there would be casualty, all manifested passenger will be covered by the insurance.
But you have a policy na no-fault policy. But you have that what we call no-fault policy.
I don't recall, I'm not aware po of the no-fault
Yan.
policy. Baka po nagkaroon lang ng confusion kasi ang sinasabi po yung sa safety investigation, we don't look for fault. But the safety investigation under the Marine Casualty Code is
Ma'am,
safety.
IRR of RA 9295. Ito, di mo pala alam to. Ano bang posisyon niyo po sa Marina?
Ay administrator po.
Administrator. Okay. Ito ay yung sa IRR to ng RA 9295. Retirement of old vessels, steel hull ships, 30 years. Ito na, nakalagay dito. Wooden hull ships, 20 years. Motor bangkas, 5 years. Hindi mo alam to, administrator ka.
Sir, ang na-implement po namin yung sa mga motor bangka for the retirement.
Bakit sa motor bangka lang? Bakit hindi ang pati sa malalaking barko?
If I may provide lang po, nakalagay po dito yung mga unclass, yung tinatawag po nating unclass ships. Sila po yung i-retire. Pero kung class po, meaning
Ma'am, maliwanag sa IRR ng Republic Act 9295 na pinagre-retire ang mga barko pag steel hull 30 years retired na dapat yan. Wooden hull 20 years retired na dapat yan. Motor bangkas 5 years retired na dapat yan. Hindi mo alam? At ano pang pasikot-sikot, ma'am?
di po, ang nakalagay po, classification shall be required for existing, at kung hindi po nila ma-comply yung classification, then they will be retired. So yung pong ating classification of ships po, ito ay merong third party company na thorough survey of the hull and machinery and all of the ships, and then they will issue
But
the
doon po sa IRR, hindi po na-mention yung classification.
Sir, binabasa ko po yung 23.1, classification shall be required. Otherwise, said ship shall be automatically delisted from the registry. So kapag hindi po na-comply yung classification requirement, they will be delisted. Yun po yung retirement.
So dito sa Allison, so wala kayong ginagawang classification.
May
party.
classification po, sorry Mr. Chair. May classification po ito, kaya isa nga po dun sa i-charge din namin is the classification society. Kasi they issue a full term classification certificate of this particular ship,
And who are these people?
the Orient Register of Shipping.
Okay,
So it's a local classification.
okay.
So marami pong mga classification societies. Meron pong member of the International Association of Classification and meron din pong local classification. As of now po, we have based on our record 7 classification societies who undertake the classification of ships.
Why use third party pagdating sa classification? Bakit hindi na lang within the agency or government agency?
Yes sir, ang final pa rin po,
Kasi yung mga nagka-classify na third party, pwede naman lagyan yun eh. Di ba?
ito po
Ilan
ay
sa Marina, hindi naman ikaw. Ilan sa mga taga-Marina nalalagyan eh. Di ba? So bakit third party?
ito po ay nasa batas at ito po ay international practice, but the final responsibility or accountability lies with the Maritime
Sige,
Administration,
ma'am, para
which is
makaisip tayo.
Marina.
Sige.
So Marina
Tapos
po
na
ang
po kayo o
final.
meron pa kayong sasabihin?
Mga actions taken lang naman po ng Marina and other future actions to address some of these findings.
How many more minutes yung presentation?
Quickly na lang po siguro dun sa last page on the way forward. We have on paper, we have a lot of policy rules and
Before anything else,
regulations.
I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator J.B. Ejercito. Thank you for coming, Senator. Go ahead po.
So yun nga po, when I visited Zamboanga and inspected vessels as well, the rules, regulation, policies are in place. I saw that the gap would be on the actual, the practice, the implementation of all those policies. That's why po immediately upon return to office, I issued the advisory highlighting the areas that should be really looked into. So kasama po dito yung na-mention nyo po sa Batangas na life vest, yung location. So ang nilagay po natin dito sa advisory, it should be within reach by passengers. And or kung hindi kayang ilagay ng ganon, it should be distributed upon embarkation. So sigurado po tayo na yung mga sasakay na pasahero meron ng life jacket.
So ibig sabihin, ma'am, kung hindi nangyari itong tragedy sa Basilan, at kung hindi po ako nag-inspect sa Batangas, yung mga barko na sinampahan ko, na kung saan sumampa ako, natatad ng violations, mapapabayaan lang yon, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Hindi naman po siguro.
Sabi mo kaya after the incident, gumawa agad ka.
More on the practical. Kasi yun pong nakita ko doon, yung sa requirement ng Marina. For example lang, if I may.
Kaya nga, so tanong ko, yung sa MB, paano barko na?
Santa Alberta.
Ano pangalan ng barko?
Santa Alberta po ng Montenegro.
Yung Montenegro, yes.
Apo. Ang ito po more on the practical kasi based on the policy.
Hindi niyo po ini-inspect yung life vest ng bawat barko? Kung
Mr.
ito ay expired na,
Mr. Chair, we
Pagano?
inspect po annually.
well then bakit nakalusot itong sa itong sa Alberto, MB Alberto sabi nyo?
Yun po yung isang pinu-point out din namin na dahil annual po yung inspection ng Marina, that's why po dadagdagan namin yung frequency ng inspection kasi we cannot be confident.
Bakit annual? Ang tagal naman.
Yun po yung kasi lahat tinitingnan naman sa annual.
Oo, dapat hindi po annual kung akong tatanungin nyo.
So yan nga po isang
Kaya sabi ko napakatamad ng mga taga-marina hindi annual po. Nung sumampa ako dun sa barko, meron nga silang emergency exit pero hindi mabuksan-buksan.
we recognize
Meron nga silang mga life vest nakalagay dun sa cabinet, nakatali. Meron mga life vest dun sa ilalim ng mga kama, upuan, pero expired na. 12 years old na, dapat 10 years pa lang pinapalitan ng life vest. At marami mga life vest doon na pag tinali mo napipigtas, and mind you, baging yung mga crew, hindi marunong magtali ng life vest. So, hindi nyo ba chinecheck yung kung train ba itong mga crew pagdating sa mga emergency situation?
isa po yun sa masusing titingnan kasi yun nga po required namin yung mga of course may mga training sila pero yung actual yung drill required namin magkakandak sila ng regular drill. So ngayon po yung isang measure dapat i-supervise ni Marina yung conduct of drill kasi ang tinitingnan lang po namin papel nilagay nila na nagkandak sila ng drill on these dates. Now po sa aming bagong kadagdagang para ma-enhance po natin yung masigurado, we will supervise the conduct of the emergency drill. Nakita rin po natin yan sa interview dito sa incident ng Tricia Kirsten 3 na during emergency scenario, hindi na po nag-respond ang dapat o na-perform ng mga ship officers and crew ang dapat na duties nila. So marami pong lumabas doon from interview.
Ma'am, I'll tell you what, kung ako tatanungin nyo, dapat every 3 months mag-inspect kayo. Huwag yung every year. In 1 year, tulad nito, yung lashing na dapat pang motorsiklo, tinatali nila sa truck. Of course, bibigayan. Of course, mapapatid yan. Una, saan kayo?
Sir, if I may, yes, I concur with you and personally gusto ko rin pong gawin. Baka lang po I can take this opportunity because si Marina po, we have only 1,000 personnel and we have almost 20,000 registered vessels. So, baka dun lang po matulungan din po kami ng Senate on how we could increase our personnel as well as our budget. So, ako po personally gusto ko rin pong gawin yan. Kaya po nung 2025, aside from...
Ma'am, huwag niyo pong gamitin yung kulang kayo sa tao kaya nagiging pabaya kayo o nagkakaroon ka ng lapses. Don't use that as a reason. Matagal na kayong kulang para sa tao. Bakit hindi niyo nilalapit sa Senado, sa Kongreso para madagdagan kayo ng budget nang sa gayon magkaroon kayo ng additional personnel?
Meron naman po kaming request actually sa DBM as early as I think 2015, 2020.
Okay, you said 1,000 personnel. O ilan yung mga barko natin? 40,000?
Around 20,000 po.
Oh, edi 20 days kaya ng masapul ng mga 1,000 personnel niya yung 40.
Sorry sir, for information lang po, we have also our seafarers that we issue documents. So technically po, ang aming talagang mga surveyors and inspectors is like more than 100 lang.
Again, please, huwag niyo pong gamitin yung rason na kulang kayo sa tao kaya hindi kayo pwedeng sisihin sa mga nangyayaring aksidente na may kinalaman sa kapabayaan ninyo. Please don't use that, ma'am.
Hindi naman po doon. Yung para lang po madagdagan namin yung, kasi para hindi lang po annual, mas frequent pa po yung inspection.
Hindi niyo ba pwede ma-deputize ang PCG? Kung kulang kayo sa tao?
Yun po yung pinag-uusapan namin actually din sa aming forum. Hindi pa
So,
lang
ba't
po,
hindi niyo ginawa ito noon pa? Kung kulang kayo sa tao?
hindi pa lang po
Sabi mo.
namin na finalize yung usapan.
So, hindi niyo pa na-finalize. Kailan niyo pa ma-finalize? You should have done this long time ago. Yan ang mahirap sa inyo sa Marina eh. Kapag may aksidente, saka kayo kumikilos. Reactive kayo eh, hindi kayo proactive. Dapat, na-foresee nyo na agad, na-anticipate nyo na agad na may mangyaring aksidente, ito dapat ang gagawin natin na para hindi mangyari yun. So meron na kayong pag-uusap sa PCG na para ma-deputize yung ilang PCG personnel tumulong sa paggagawa ng inspections?
Initial pa lang po.
Okay.
Although before po yung sa mga motor bangka, may mga napag-usapan na po kami sa motor bangka. Pero for the bigger ships, yun po yung will consider.
Okay. Now, PCG naman. May presentation ng PCG.
Thank you, sir. If we will be allowed, Mr. Chair, to present a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First slide, please. Slide show, please. Next slide, please. On behalf of our Commandant, Mr. Chair, Admiral Ronnie Hilgaban, we'd like to express our condolences to the victim of this tragedy. Rest assured that the Philippine Coast Guard will continue to search for any more survivors and to the very least to bring back the bodies of those still missing to their families, Mr. Chair. Next slide, please. Mr. Chair, while waiting for the presentation. Pwede po. Third slides. Thank you, sir. Slide show, please.
Kaya. Yun na lang sa ano.
Oh. Mr. Chair, while waiting for the presentation, I would like to follow up on the earlier statement of our Assistant Secretary from the DOTR, sir. Sir, in the screen, sir, if I can have your attention, please. The ill-fated vessel MV3 Shakarstin 3 of Allison Shipping Corporations was acquired in 2010. It is Philippine registry, but it was constructed originally in Japan in 1995. You're right, it's 31 years old. It has a gross tonnage of 621 tons, net tonnage of 412 tons. It's a Ro-Ro passenger vessel. According to its paper, it has a maximum capacity of 352 passengers. As per our investigation, number of passengers in the manifest was only 332. Crew complement was 27. The vessel was called MV Carmelia or Camellia 2 in Japan with only 150 passenger. Next, please. As shown in the picture, Mr. Chair, on your left is the original design of the vessel. On your right is the vessel prior to its sinking with the modification done on the vessel. As you can see, Mr. Chair, the bridge, which is the highest part of the vessel, originally it is for the use of the crew, but it was converted to carry passenger. The second deck, which is the above the main deck or the rolling cargo hold, was also converted to carry more passenger. That's why from 150 in Japan, its original registration, it was reclassified and registered to 352 maximum passenger capacity. Next, please. Sir, Mr. Chair, this was the configuration, the storage plan of the vessel prior to the ill-fated, to the incident po. The time recorded during our investigation was around 1:15 a.m. on January 26, 2026. That's the time the vessel sank. It sank en route to Hulo Port in Hulo Sulu. It sank in the vicinity of Balok-Balok Island, Haji Atamad, Basilan Island. It has rolling cargoes as shown, 6 10-wheeler trucks carrying approximately 5,700 sacks of 25 kilograms each, so around 142 tons. It has 2 6-wheeler wing vans. It has 1 sedan, a car, and 13 motorcycles. The illustration is a representation of how it should have been, it was loaded, Mr. Chair, according to the witness po, Mr. Chair. Next, please. This is the vessel's route.
Excuse me, Commodore. So, sa investigation ninyo, overloaded talaga. Tapos, sobra-sobra yung karga ng mga truck. Bakit hindi na plug down ng ano yon, ng Philippine Coast Guard na nag-inspect?
Mr. Chair, as far as the inspection of the passenger, yes, we do agree. We were not able to account each and every passenger, including those not in the manifest. Because, Mr. Chair, as per as our pre-departure inspection, it's a cursory inspection. Meaning, Mr. Chair, we go around the vessel based only on the manifest and what was presented to us in the Master's Declaration of Safe Departure. It's the
Wala tayong ginagawang head count?
in this case, sir, none was done, Mr. Chair. I would,
Okay.
yes.
Kasi alam ko meron yung kiniklik, umiikot yung inspector, binibilang, head count, physical.
We have,
Kung maasa ka lang sa manifest, kung nagsinungaling yung
tama po yun.
sumula sa manifest,
Yeah, tama.
so dapat yung inspector ninyo, parusahan, kasuhan yung nag-inspect.
Yes, sir.
I want criminal case filed against this person.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead po, Commodore.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is the vessel's route from Zamboanga City. It departed say around 0935 p.m.
Okay, 1 minute suspension para ayusin yung microphone, SNJV. Commodore.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Chair. Going back to your question earlier, Mr. Chair, on the number of passenger, yes, we actually, those person on board are now suspended and cases, criminal cases will be filed, Mr. Chair. Not only the reckless imprudence resulting to multiple homicides, but also falsification of public document, estafa, and a class suit for those willing to file cases for damages to the operator's owner and the masters involved. We will assist them po. The Philippine Coast Guard as Investigation Detection Management Service, we are filing cases just like your PNP. Thank you, Mr. Chair. To continue, Mr. Chair, that's the approximate location of where the vessel MV Trisha Kirstine 3 sank. It's about 1.8 nautical miles from the Balok-Balok Island. And also shown in the screens, Mr. Chair, are the stations, the substations of the Philippine Coast Guard. To give you an idea of our response time, the rescue operations conducted not only by the Philippine Coast Guard, by the PNP as well, the Philippine Navy, and a civilian vessel as well. We have some presentation later on. If I may be allowed to continue. Yes.
Before you continue, bago ko makalimutan, nabanggit niyo po na nagsagawa ng modification ang Allison dun sa MV Trish Kirstine. Marina, kapag ang isang barko ay minodify, do they have to get a permission from Marina?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So, binigyan niyo po sila ng go signal na i-modify on, and then after it's been modified, did you inspect it?
Yes, sir. Based on the records, the vessel was imported in June 2010, It was modified in September 2010.
Right.
The modification of or alteration of any vessel entails series of processes. One, they have to submit a new vessel
Kaya naman
plans.
pinayagan nyo.
Yes po.
Humingi silang permiso sa inyo.
Yes po.
So after na modify yun, in-inspect nyo.
Yes, sir. Series of inspections of the
Exactly.
vessel plans, load
So
line.
nakita mo naman, sinabi ng Philippine Coast Guard, yung dapat accommodation ng para sa crew, ginawang accommodation para sa maraming passengers. Doon pala may violation na agad. Ba't nakalusot yun?
Sir, I'm not a technical person, but I guess it is this all passed through the technical, meaning the naval architects and engineers. So from the plans, i-check po if possible to have alteration, if it's allowed. Then meron po tayong tinatawag na load line, computation or calculation that will determine the load factor or the maximum load.
Yung barko, it was built na para ma-accommodate certain numbers of passengers. Okay? At doon sa tuktok, sabi nga ng Philippine Coast Guard, dati yun, accommodation for the crew. Meaning, pag crew, ilan lang yon? 10, 15. Ginawang pampasahero na. O doon pa lamang, sumobra na sa capacity. Kasi nga, pag naglagay ka ng space sa taas para sampahan ng mga pasahero as opposed to dapat sa mga crew lang, so pinapayagan nyo na mag-overloading. Doon pa lamang, agad-agad, you are allowing them, giving them permission to na magkarga ng excess passengers.
Sir, with due respect, we cannot say that overloading na po kaagad kasi as I am saying po, after the alteration, magre-recompute po lahat ng stability, the trim, the load line capacity. So, ito po ay lahat ay mga technical which hindi ko naman din ganong ma-explain. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, dumaan siya dun sa proseso from the change ng plans, the load line. So load line po will determine the maximum load. Stability will determine whether the additional space or structure
Alam mo
will
ba,
affect.
kinakampihan mo yung mga kalokohan ng mga tauhan mo dyan sa Marina. And I don't blame you kasi kasama ka sa gumagawa ng hindi tama. Sinabi na nga ng Philippine Coast Guard na yung paglalagay ninyo ng additional space for additional passengers, wala dapat yon. Dahil para sa crew members lamang yon. So, nagdagdag ng space ang may-ari ng barko para ma-accommodate na more passengers. That ship was built for a certain number of passengers that can be accommodated. Yun yung structure ng barko. Binago nyo eh. Nagas niyo po, parang walang iniwan yan sa, nagpatayo ko ng building hanggang 5th floor. And then naglagay ka ng isang building, isang palapat pa para maging 6th floor. Makukompromise ka yung structural, ano noon. Di ba?
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Go ahead.
with your indulgence. Tanong ko lang kay sa Administrator Marina, ito pong alteration, do you have, kailan po yan pumasok sa inyo yung records na it was approved by your technical and engineering, siguro inyo pong unit, no, that approves it?
Based po sa record 2010. So upon entry before operation, nagkaroon na po siya ng alteration. And I have seen the plan signed by the private naval architect and checked by the Marina Naval Architect as
So
well.
before this vessel operated here in the country, inalter na mo muna
Yes
yung
po.
taas po. Kasi
Yes
ang ano
po.
dyan, Mr. Chair, parang dito sa ating bansa, kasi Japan is very conscious sa safety, no? Kasi ito, siguro kung yun talaga ang specs niya, yung po mga truck natin, kaya nasisira ho mga kalye natin, yung mga dump truck na yan sa Japan, ganun lang ho yung likod, dumpster. Sa atin po, dahil kaya na makina, dumodoble, triple, kaya ho nasisira ang kalye. Kung ganyan lagi mangyayari sa atin, Mr. Chair, if our agencies are allowing it, talagang there will be a disasters waiting to happen. Sa truck pa lang ho yan, Mr. Chair. So I just want to take note. Yung mga truck dating dump truck, doble or triple kasi kaya ho ng makina, nasisira yung kalye natin. Pero kung titignan nyo sa Japan, ganun lang ho yung kalahati lang ho yung dumpster niya.
Yun nga ang sinasabi ko kanina,